The lights dim, the curtain falls silent, and for a brief moment, the world feels as though it's holding its breath. A single spotlight glows at center stage, illuminating a grand piano. The first gentle notes begin to play, familiar, tender, unforgettable. And suddenly, memories flood the room. Decades of music, love, heartbreak, and joy rise like a chorus from the past. This is not just a gathering. It is a celebration of a life lived in melody, of a voice that carried generations, of a man whose songs became the soundtrack to countless lives. Today, we reflect on the extraordinary legacy of Neil Sedaka, a legend whose music continues to echo far beyond the stage. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Neil Sedaka's journey into music began long before the world knew his name. Raised in a modest apartment by loving parents who recognized his talent early on, he was enrolled in piano lessons at a young age. His classical training at the prestigious Juilliard School for Children laid the technical foundation for what would become a remarkable career. But even as he mastered Mozart and Beethoven, Sedaka's heart beat for something more contemporary. He wanted to create songs that spoke directly to the emotions of everyday people. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, that dream began to take shape. Partnering with lyricist Howard Greenfield, Sedaka crafted hit after hit that climbed the charts and settled permanently into the hearts of fans. Songs like Oh, Carol, Calendar Girl, and Happy Birthday Sweet 16 weren't just catchy tunes, they were moments in time. Teenagers slow danced to them at school proms. Couples played them at weddings. Families sang them on long car rides. His voice carried innocence and sincerity, a rare combination that made listeners feel as though he was singing directly to them. But every great story has its trials. As the British invasion swept through America in the mid-1960s, many American pop artists found themselves pushed aside. The rise of bands like the Beatles dramatically shifted the musical landscape. For Sedaka, it was a challenging period. Record sales declined, and radio airplay diminished. For some artists, this would have marked the end. But not for him. Instead of surrendering to obscurity, he chose reinvention. Moving to the United Kingdom for a time, Sedaka rebuilt his career from the ground up. He refined his songwriting, adapted to changing tastes, and collaborated with new producers. Then came the triumphant return. In the 1970s, he stormed back onto the charts with hits like Laughter in the Rain and Bad Blood. The latter soared to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, proving that true talent never fades, it evolves. His comeback wasn't just impressive, it was inspirational. It showed the world that resilience, paired with passion, can reignite even the dimmest spotlight. Beyond the charts and accolades, what truly defines Neil Sedaka is his authenticity. In an industry often driven by trends, he remained steadfastly himself. His melodies were heartfelt. His lyrics were honest. He didn't rely on spectacle or controversy. He relied on craft. Each composition was carefully structured, each harmony thoughtfully placed. He respected music too much to treat it as disposable. And in doing so, he earned the respect of peers and fans alike. Imagine a memorial-style celebration filled with those whose lives he touched. Fellow musicians step forward to share stories of his generosity and mentorship. They speak of studio sessions that stretched into the early morning hours, not because they had to, but because Sedaka loved the creative process that much. Family members describe a devoted husband and father, a man who balanced global fame with personal humility. Friends recall his quick wit, his warm smile, and the unmistakable sparkle in his eyes whenever he sat at a piano. One by one, artists perform his songs, not as mere covers, but as tributes. A young singer breathes new life into Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, transforming it into a soulful ballad that highlights the timeless pain of lost love. A full choir joins together for Love Will Keep Us Together, their harmonies swelling in a powerful reminder that his music continues to unite generations. The audience doesn't just listen, they feel. They remember their first heartbreak, their first dance, their first taste of independence. Through his songs, they revisit chapters of their own lives. Sedaka's influence extends far beyond his own recordings. As a songwriter, he contributed to a catalog that other artists proudly embraced. His knack for melody became a blueprint for aspiring musicians. Many contemporary singer-songwriters cite him as an inspiration, pointing to his ability to merge classical discipline with pop accessibility. He demonstrated that commercial success and musical integrity are not mutually exclusive. They can coexist beautifully. What makes his story even more compelling is its longevity. In an industry where careers often flicker and fade within years, Sedaka's has spanned decades. He has performed across continents, adapting to new audiences without losing the essence of who he is. From vinyl records to streaming platforms, his music has transcended technological revolutions. Each new generation discovers his catalog as though uncovering a hidden treasure chest of pure pop brilliance. As the Imagine ceremony draws to a close, the spotlight returns to that solitary piano. A recording of Sedaka's voice fills the room, rich and unmistakable. The audience rises to their feet, not out of obligation, but out of gratitude. Gratitude for the laughter his songs inspired. Gratitude for the comfort they provided during difficult times. Gratitude for the reminder that music, at its best, connects us to something deeper than ourselves. The final note lingers in the air, suspended between past and present. And in that silence, there is understanding. Legends are not defined solely by awards or record sales. They are defined by impact, by the invisible threads they weave into the fabric of our lives. Neil Sedaka's melodies are woven into weddings, road trips, birthday parties, and quiet nights alone with a radio playing softly in the background. Those stages may change and eras may pass, the essence of his artistry remains untouched. His songs continue to play, to inspire, to comfort. And perhaps that is the greatest tribute of all, not a single day of remembrance, but an ongoing celebration every time someone presses play and hears those opening chords. Because as long as there are hearts that feel, voices that sing along, and pianos waiting to be played, the music of Neil Sedaka will never truly fade. It will live on, in harmony, in memory, and in the timeless echo of a beautifully written song.